Hi folks, welcome back. If you saw my video on Thursday, you'll have known it was my birthday. So, as is my wont, I bought myself some vinyl. Well, if I don't do it, who else is going to do it for me? Um, so I thought I'd come on and show you what I bought, plus a couple of other items I didn't get round to in my last update. But first off, I'd like to thank everybody for their superb birthday wishes. That's much appreciated. Thank you very much. As for the vinyl giveaway, I'm doing, I think, 7 of the 9 items have had some interest shown from one or more people. There's only 2 that nobody seems to be interested in at the moment. That's the Big Country 12-inch single and the Graham Edge Band album. I'll give it another few days, another week maybe, and then I'll let you know who's got what. So if anybody in the meantime wants to put their name in the hat for one of these items or more, you're welcome to do. And anybody who's already asked for something, they fancy another one, just put your name forward under the comments, in the comment section of the original video. 1 or 2 people have expressed concern over the shipping costs. Don't worry about it. If you fancy something, just put your name down. Shipping cost doesn't matter. Anyway, let's see what I've picked up. And the first is a classic album, and that's the latest reissue of Deja Vu by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. I've had this album since the late 70s, I think. Still got my copy, but I had to get this new reissue because, oops, bear with me. Not only has it come with the vinyl, it comes with 4 CDs of extras. On the CDs, CD 1 is the original album, CD 2 are demos, 3 are outtakes, 4 alternate versions. But there's a lot of stuff on here that's never been released. So I just had to get it. It's a superb album, the best album they ever did as a quartet, I think, by far. Just show you. Comes with a nice booklet with photos and essays, track listings, etc. Not had a chance to give this a listen yet, but I'm looking forward to particularly going through the CDs. That's the first item I bought myself. Second up is a band that divides a lot of people. Don't really know why. Well, I do, but this is Greta Van Fleet's new album, their second, I think, which is a double. It's called The Battle at Gardens Gate. Of that inner. Now, obviously, they get a lot of stick because they sound like Led Zeppelin. But to be honest, I don't give a toss. Sorry, forgive my language. I don't care. They're a good band. They write good songs. They're excellent musicians. If that first album of theirs had been brought out as a long lost Led Zepp album, everybody would have been swooning over it. It's almost as if the naysayers are against them for their temerity to sound like Led Zeppelin. This is an excellent album, this second, and I think they're moving away from the Zepp sound to a degree. Obviously, can't help what his vocals sound like. Sounds like Robert Plant. But excellent album. Next up is this album. Actually, I'd had on pre-order for it. I think it must be months. Just seemed to have kept going back. And this is the new album by Murkoff, the Alias Sessions or Elias Sessions. I'm not sure how it's meant to be said. Murkoff is a Mexican electronic musician. His early albums had that sort of electronica with glitch technology in there, which I was not that keen on the glitch side of it. But this is his latest, his first proper solo album since 2008. It's a triple album, 2 long suites for a dance company called the Elias or Alias Dance Company. This is dark, atmospheric, electronic music, a lot of use of drones, very minimal use of any sort of rhythm patterns in this. Excellent moody stuff. Has a neoclassical sort of modern classical feel in places. Apart from this, I'd recommend his 2007 album Cosmos, which is a great electronic album, and the 2008 album Versailles Sessions, which is my personal favourite, I think, which has very much a sort of chamber music feel to it. Like I said, this is his first album since the Versailles Sessions. Well, first proper solo album. He's done some soundtracks and some collaborations, but this I highly recommend. Next up, a favourite of mine for a long time, but I've only got CDs, I've got no vinyl. I don't think there is much on vinyl, and that's the Medieval Babes, led by Catherine Blake. They're obviously known for doing medieval music. I don't know how many there is in the band. There's 7 or 8 female vocalists. They do some great stuff. This is an album from a couple of years ago, I think, called A Pocket Full of Posies. And it's all nursery rhymes. And it is beautiful. It is absolutely brilliant. Comes with that's the inner sleeve. It comes with a beautiful booklet, which has essays about the music and the nursery rhymes. and the lyrics and history of every track on here. And like I said, it's absolutely beautifully done. I was a bit wary when I knew it was just nursery rhymes, that it would be a bit twee, but it's not, far from it. I'll put I just can't get this. Is it something to do with age? You can't get records back into their sleeves easily. I seem to be having more and more trouble. Anyway, I'll do a needle drop and you can hear what this sounds like. It's beautiful to my mind.
Oh, King Cole was a merry hot soul, and a merry hot soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers three. Every fiddler he had a fiddle, and a very fine fiddle had he. There's none so rare as can compare with King Cole and his fiddlers three. Oh, King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers three. Now every fiddler had a fine fiddle, and a very fine fiddle had he. Fiddle-dee, when the fiddlers very fine men are we. There's none so rare as can compare with the king and his fiddlers three. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers three. Now every fiddler had a fine fiddle, and a very fine fiddle had he. Tweedledee, when the fiddlers very fine men are we. There's none so rare as can compare with the king and his fiddlers three.
And next up, one I've been waiting for a long time. Can. Live in Stuttgart, 1975. Not had a chance to play this yet, but by all accounts it is absolutely superb. It's a triple album. I think Mute are now going to start doing a series of live albums. I mean, it's been mooted for many years, but it's never happened. I really hope they do, because Can were a superb band. Should have left this for an update of my krautrock videos, but I couldn't resist showing this one. Great. So those are the ones I particularly bought for my birthday. 3 others that came in just, fairly recently. First one, it's this album, Caiamba, made in Brazil. And this is an album done by, just bear with me so I get his name right, Fabio Golfetti, who is the current guitarist in, can you guess? Gong. This is an album made obviously in Brazil with a Brazilian band from 2006, and it's very much in that, it's all instrumental, and it's very much in that sort of Gong, Ozric sort of arena. Particularly side 2, I think Sweet Caiamba is brilliant, really nice. So if you like the modern day Gong, in fact if you like olden day Gong, I would recommend this album. what would a recent video be without some Scandinavian prog? Not Norwegian this time, Swedish. And this is the album Conundrum by Hellas, which I think came out at the back end of last year. Hellas, as I say, are a Swedish prog band. Whereas most of the other Scandinavian prog I've shown recently has been very much in that sort of early 70s classic prog vein. This, to my mind, is more towards the back end of the 70s, the early 80s, the neo-prog movement, if you like. They're quite heavy in places. I wouldn't put it up there with Agusa or any other bands like that, but it's a really good listen. I think this is their second album. Finally, one that I just pulled out to listen to recently, which I've never shown, but I think came out for Record Store Day probably 2, maybe even 3 years ago now. And that's Les Claypool's Fearless Flying Frog Brigade. What a name. Obviously, probably a lot of you might know Les Claypool from his Primus days. Got to admit, they're not, Primus aren't a band I really know that well. But I've always loved Les Claypool's material that he's done since then. It originally came out as two live. This is a live album, by the way. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. Originally came out as 2 separate CDs. CD 1 is mainly, the first album is mainly Claypool material, with 2 exceptions. You get their version of Thela Hun Ginjit by King Crimson, brilliant version, and you get a version of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, obviously by the Floyd. The second album and the second CD, can you guess what was it the cover of? Yeah, Animals by the Floyd. It's a cover of the whole album, done very well. Highly recommend Les Claypool. They were in that, very much in that jam band scene at the time when they did this. I mean, he's had a load of different bands, and like I said, this is the Fearless Flying Frog Brigade. Excellent bassist, great music. my update. It's a lovely day here in Cumbria. Might have to go out and do some gardening. Never mind. Take care, everybody. Hopefully see you soon. Best. Bye.